Good evening. Welcome to Converge News. I'm Aaron Smithmeyer. Northwest Missourian journalists combine their talents with KNWT crew members to produce Converge News. Each week at this time, we will cover issues that matter on our campus and in our community. And now on to our top story. Beautifying Residences using student help held its annual fall project Sunday, September 26th. News editor Trey Williams is with us today to discuss his coverage of the event. Hello, Trey. How many students participated in this event?
Well, there were approximately 270 students that signed up. I'm not sure if all of them were there to actually volunteer, but signed up, they had 270 students.
Can you explain some of the projects that were completed of that weekend?
The students were broken off into 3 different segments. Some of the students went just around the city of Maryville to help clean up streets. Other students went to put down mulch at the Robertson Chris Nature Park. And some students from the Newman Center went over to the Environmental Services Building to repaint that.
Now, what are some of the other organizations that participated?
Well, like I said, the students from the Newman Center were there. There were a bunch of different fraternities and sororities. I know the Phi Mu's were there, some Teaks were there. I'm not sure of all of them. I know there were even some foreign exchange students who were there to help volunteer.
What are some of the requirements to join and be a member of Brush?
There's actually no requirements for Brush. There were some people from Sigma Society, and their requirements are to have, I think it is 20 hours a semester to be able to be a member of Sigma Society, and they do a lot of things with Brush as well.
Thanks, Trey. Ryan Jackson may seem like a typical senior, but there is a catch. Last summer, Jackson started his very own company, InfoSharks, where he designs websites and graphic designs from his home. In the last couple of months, the company also started advertising. Jackson came up with the idea to start his own company 3 years ago and decided to move forward with the idea. The company was not an easy idea to get started. Jackson said the legal documents cost around $1,000. The entire company would have cost around $10,000 to start if Jackson didn't already have the computer equipment. Jackson is a full-time student with a 15-credit-hour class load, involved with TEAC, SCIFE, and is the president of the Future Business Leaders of America, but he still finds time for his company. Most of Jackson's clients are located in Missouri, and he is currently updating his website in hopes it'll generate a bigger clientele base. Jackson works to pay off his college classes, so the more clients he has, the better. Jackson hopes the website will work out in the long run, but if not, he would like to work for Microsoft or Google. Brush-wielding students swarmed campus and the community last week in a compassion-fueled fury. Opinion editor Philip Greenwald is with us to discuss how other students volunteer and when a donation ceases to be a donation. Hi, Philip.
Thank you, Aaron. Local philanthropy is a benefit over government-funded efforts for several reasons, the most important being more specific support for the specific community. For example, Maryville's needs are taken care of in-house by volunteers and volunteer organizations such as the North Nottoway Humane Society Animal Shelter, various philanthropies sponsored by Northwest Greek organizations, and even regular blood drives at First United Methodist Church and elsewhere. When these responsibilities are on the federal government 1,000 miles away, the immediacy and specific outlook for those funds are lost. Maryville citizens, do what you can to support the town you are in. We all benefit from it in the long run. Now back to you, Aaron.
Thanks, Philip. We're going to take a break, but when we come back, a look at a local favorite eatery, an athlete excelling on and off the field, and the weather. Stay tuned here on Converge News. I'm Aaron Smithmeyer, and we're back here on Converge News. Allie's Bakery is more than a homemade, handmade pastries and breads. It's an atmosphere and environment that people can rely on. Owner Allie Elzen operates the bakery by himself, ensuring customer satisfaction. Elzen offers an old-fashioned feel with each customer, calling them by name and offering their favorite pastries made from scratch. Editor-in-Chief Brittany Keithley is here to talk about this local favorite. Hi, Brittany. Now, what makes Allie's Bakery different from other local establishments?
Well, Aaron, Ollie's Bakery is really unique for several reasons. Ollie has owned the bakery for about 5 years in Maryville after owning other bakeries before. He's the sole operator of this establishment, and he truly has created a homey environment for his customers. I spent 2 mornings in the bakery, and the people who come in weren't simply customers, they were his friends. I met retired Professor Richard New, who comes in every morning and stays for 2 to 3 hours just to talk to him. Another regular was Betty Wilson, who visits as often as she's able to. Ollie is such a kind and caring person. He does whatever he can to make his customers happy, and he really loves his job more than anything.
Allie spent the summer in New York City. What did he do on that trip exactly?
He visited a friend in New York, and he worked at his bakery for 2 months. This bakery was different from his in Maryville because it didn't have the array of treats that Ollie's bakery offers. In New York, they offered mainly breads, and if people wanted other things, they would go to a donut or a pastry shop, for example. Ollie loved visiting New York, but the lifestyle was so crowded and so busy, he was never interested in living there.
Oh, wow. Can you describe a typical day for Allie?
He wakes up every day at 11 p.m. and he begins preparing for that day. Ollie makes all of his products homemade from scratch each day, so he works from 11 to 5 each morning making them all. He showers and then he puts on a fresh mug of coffee to greet his friends and customers. He works till about 2 o'clock and then he cleans up and it's off to bed again because he does this every single day except for Monday. Since he only takes off 1 day a week, he is really devoted to his bakery. Back to you, Aaron.
Thanks, Brittany. During his time on the football field as a spoof hound, Miles Burnsides was recognized as a first-team All-District selection, but that was not the only place he finished ahead of the pack. He also finished at the top of his class academically. Burnsides graduated from Maryville High School in 2005 and moved down the road. A similar fate followed Burnsides to Northwest. After a 4-year stretch of reaching the championship game only to come up empty-handed, Burnsides helped lead the Cats to its 3rd national championship during its final season. This year, Burnsides is no longer causing headaches for opposing offenses on the field. Instead, he became the first Bearcat to receive an award of a different sort. This past month, Burnsides became the first Northwest student athlete and first MIAA male athlete to be named National Scholar Athlete of the Year. The talented student athlete found a way to excel both on and off the field throughout his collegiate playing days. On his way to the national championship last season, he managed to keep a 3.86 GPA as a grad student. During his undergrad years, Burnsides maintained a 3.9 GPA. Maryville went smoke-free in workplaces on Friday. Reporter Michael Clements shows us where smokers can no longer light up.
Businesses like the Palms, the Smoke Shop, and Shop and Hop all go smoke-free Friday. That's when an ordinance passed by the City Council on August 9th goes into effect. Terry Harr is with Citizens for a Smoke-Free Nottoway County. She says the ordinance is not a ban, rather a restriction.
We are not banning smoking. We are not asking people to not smoke. We are just asking them not to smoke inside the buildings where it can affect others.
Smoking's already prohibited in restaurants in Maryville. Ray's Truck Stop and Restaurant outside of town does not fall into the ordinance, but did decide to go smoke-free in the restaurant last fall. Assistant Manager Trudy Carr says it hasn't really affected business.
It was kind of hard to tell. I mean, we haven't really lost a whole lot of business over it, because even though there were people that said that they weren't going to come in, they've come back.
The ordinance prohibits smoking at workplaces, playgrounds, or public gathering places in Maryville. It also prevents smoking within 10 feet of an entrance to a business place. Violators can be fined up to $500. I'm Michael Clements reporting.
Thank you, Michael. Now we'll give you the 7-day forecast for Maryville, Missouri. Starting on Monday, it will be sunny with a high of 66 and a low of 39. Tuesday, it will be sunny with a high of 69 and a low of 45. Wednesday is sunny again with a high of 71 and a low of 47. Thursday is sunny with a high of 73 and a low of 48. Friday is sunny again with a high of 71 and a low of 47. The weekend will be sunny with highs in the 70s and low in the 40s. That's it for Converge News. I'm Aaron Smithmeyer. See you next week.